Hey everybody, I want to give a tour of my worm pile. So after composting, which takes about 2 months, the material that I put in there is completely broken down. All the heat has left it because the thermophilic bacteria have no more food to consume. All the material is broken down, but it still needs to cure. It still needs all the other larger non-prokaryotic, eukaryotic, and all the larger forms of life to get in there and start working their magic within that too, to get integrated back into the community of bugs. And so that's my curing area. Now this can happen on the beds if you have a very active decay cycle in your soil, but no matter how you do it, adding fresh compost is going to borrow some of the biology from your bed for a little bit until it replenishes and fills that in. So I like to get a head start on it. And also my compost is a little bit woody. And so putting it to the curing pile for about 3 to 4 months and letting the earthworms and the dung beetles and all the other little guys work on that, and gals, work on that, it will break it down to a finer consistency. And as it happens, I slowly rake off all of the larger matter back into the composting area and then use all that dirt. And so here's what's going on. Over here is my existing pile that I'm borrowing from. Now, if you'll look carefully, getting down on it, there's a ridge. It's about a foot high, going all the way through. And you can see where I've cleared out about half of it. That's down to the clay. And then over here where there's a lot of things growing on it, that's all my good compost. That's about a foot tall. On the other side is the compost that I'm putting down right now. And this I'm not borrowing from, I'm just adding to. And I'll continue adding to this for about another 2 months. And then I'll shut this one off and borrow it again from this in another 2, 3 months. But I'll be slowly raking. If you look at the debris, it's much heavier on this pile because it's newer. And all of that debris is coming to the surface as the small particles drop into it and down, and the big particles wind up. And the chickens and the rain and the wind help with all that. Anyway, thanks y'all.